Hello, welcome back everybody. Today we are going to be taking a look at Embedded Detonators. Embedded Detonators is an unstable overclock for the Zhukov submachine guns that Scout has, and it's probably one of their strongest overclocks just in the game in general. What this one does is now whenever we hit an enemy, it embeds a detonator inside that enemy, and then once we go to reload, for every detonator that we've put inside of the enemy, it explodes, dealing 38 damage per detonator. So it makes it so we have a ton of burst damage with the Zhukovs, which is really cool. Downsides to this is that we get significantly less ammo, which is an issue because that's where the majority of our damage is actually coming from. We get significantly reduced direct damage. This is, you basically get your damage cut in half, but that's okay because the detonators give you way more than that in terms of damage. And you also get slightly decreased magazine size. This one's less bad than the other two. So the way I tend to run embedded detonators is like this. First up, I take ammo in tier 1. You don't need damage. I would recommend not going with damage with embedded detonators. Ammo is going to be where you get most of your damage from, so just taking that one makes more sense. Tier 2, I go with faster reload, although any of them in tier 2 are pretty good. I do like this one, though, for embedded detonators. Makes it so that we can trigger it more often. Tier 3, I'm going with accuracy. Accuracy is pretty nice on this. Again, we don't need damage, and just hitting the detonators I find a bit more useful than more damage on them. Tier 4 is a bit of an interesting one, because again, I go with ammo. You can go with blow-through rounds, and this does affect embedded detonators. I don't remember if it only sticks in the first target hit, but you can actually still punch through targets. Either way, ammo usually makes up more damage than this, and going with something like the crit damage actually doesn't really help you, because I don't believe embedded detonators is affected by that. I think it's just a flat amount of damage. Even if it did, I would still probably take more ammo just so that I could use it more often. And then in tier 5, you can go with either one of these. I'm going with the bonus electricity damage, or bonus damage when things are electrocuted, but if you don't like that one, you can take get in, get out so that you move around faster. That one's really nice too. Funny enough, embedded detonators does also work with Born Ready, which I'm running. Not necessarily to affect embedded detonators, it's just something I run pretty often on Scout. And the way that this works is that you can keep stacking detonators onto an enemy until you manually reload. The automatic reloads do not count towards triggering embedded detonators, as well as if you're using embedded detonators, you want to be aiming for the weak spots, not for armored targets. If you aim for weak spots, then you can embed the detonators. If you hit armor, then it does not. So keep that in mind, especially when fighting dreadnoughts. Wait for them to be in their last stage or their armor stripped away like the twins. Be sure to either do one of those things so that you can trigger this more often. Then for a primary weapon, I'm taking gas rerouting for the GK2. Simple, clean overclock that's pretty strong just for the GK2 in general. Pretty straightforward build that I got going here. If you wanted some other options for the GK2, you could go with AI Stability Engine if you want much longer range. That can help for picking off bigger targets. You could also go with Electrifying Reload if you'd like. Make it so that you can deal damage to a bunch of targets and slow them down over time. That's kind of nice if you want a status effect build. If you want something for the M1000, I would definitely recommend Hipster. Hipster is really good. You get a ton of bullets. And this, in combination with Embedded Detonators, is probably one of Scout's strongest builds. It's pretty crazy. You can do just tons of DPS. If you wanted something else for the M1000, I would recommend something like Minimal Clips. Minimal Clips gives you a larger magazine size, and it also gives you a faster reload, so both those are really nice. And then if you wanted something for the Drak, Impact Deflection is a great option. This makes it so you can deal with crowds pretty easily. Then you can use embedded detonators for bigger targets. Aggressive venting is also really good because you can get some extra mobility as well as you can still get really good crowd control. Generally, the way I like using this type of build is saving embedded detonators for large enemies or for particularly dangerous enemies, like here's a spitballer here. So let's get close. Get him angry. And we'll just try to move around him and try to get rid of him quickly. There we go. You can also see a little embedded detonator icon onto the enemies when you can kill them. If you're playing in a group, you might want to trigger that slightly faster, just because there's likely going to be teammates also shooting at it. Oh, I got a swarm too. Cool. Grab some Phasianite here. I don't want Nitra to get a resupply, but that's okay. Oh, I hear a detonator. That was an elite? Nah, it's not an elite. Dang. Just kind of hoping it would be. Alright. Yep, so for this, I'm just going to use my primary weapon to kind of kite around like I usually do as Scout. And then for bigger enemies, just use embedded detonators to get rid of them really fast. You do want to be aiming for the weak spots for enemies as much as possible. If you're just shooting regular grunts, it doesn't really matter. But if you're trying to shoot something like this, you can see there's no damage that was done. So let's try to strip the armor off of this guy. Then we can kind of use embedded detonators on him. And other than that, just doing scout things. Using your grappling hook to get you some distance. Kind of maneuvering around as much as possible. Oh. I'm gonna pick off things like slashers really quick with this. Ooh, we got meteors inbound too. Just kind of throw all this in there. We're running a little bit low on ammo, but that's okay. Use our boomerangs to get us some extra value there. Still using the grappling hook to just get around. And if you were running this build in a group setting, then I would recommend maybe not trying to pick off everything like how I'm doing, but since we're solo, we kind of have to. Alright. Let's get rid of the detonator really fast. You can also combine the embedded detonators with the IFG grenades, and that way they just kind of shred through everything. Alright. Let's get rid of the bulk detonator. As you can see, you can kill big things really, really fast with this. It can take up a decent amount of ammo, though, because now we are basically out of bullets. No, hey, we found a golden loot bug. Very cool. Hey, golden loot bug, how's it going? Hope you're doing well, little guy. There are some more bugs coming our way. Oh, a lot more bugs coming our way. All right. Let's pick off all them then. Oh, I was hoping for some more unique. All we've gotten so far is like elite guards, which is okay, but not exactly what I was hoping for. Oh, there we go, elite Praetorian. Let's see how quickly we can kill him. Pretty fast. Embedded Detonator kills him quite fast. All right. Hey, Bosco, thank you. Yes, let's continue to kill. No! Little blue bug. Okay. I think he's fine. Yeah, he's good. Alright. Oh, he's at half health, though. Sorry, little guy. Those mean exploders kind of got to you. Alright. We have to secure the caves for the golden loot bug. No, we got an elite slasher. Awesome. Should be able to kill that pretty quick too, man. Alright. If you got a soft body thing like that, you can just spray it wherever. This is the last quark we need, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen any dice from here, and I don't think I'm going to bother going for it, because it's just kind of a pain to find on these missions. At least in the Azure world. Another guard. There's been so many elite guards. Which I guess is kind of normal, but man, I wish it wasn't. There's a Praetorian. We can delete that one with embedded detonators as well. And just use the GK2 to clear up all this. And our boomerangs, of course. Oh, and an oppressor too. Fantastic. If you really hate oppressors, this might be a build for you too. Because as you can see, you can delete them really fast, even in multiplayer. Like, you can delete them really fast. Bosco's been killing that one. Hey, another oppressor. There we go. Oh, and a Praetorian. Bosco can kill it. There we go. Yeah, that's not so bad. So if you're a fan of Scout and you just like to go fast, kill fast, this might be a really good option for you. Especially if you want to take it with Hipster or something. Because then it's really go fast, shoot fast, kill fast. That's usually the build I run if I'm trying to speed run something. Away we go. Take care, Bosco. Feel free to murder as many as you'd like. He's getting ready to. Pretty quick mission there. Well, decent amount of kills overall. And actually, I did get more materials than I usually do when I just run through these. So that's pretty cool.